Welcome everyone to Balan Wonderworld, a platform game released for the Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Series XS, and Steam. Oh my gosh, basically every damn platform out there in this generation, let's just say that. So, the official release date for this game is actually late March. I believe it's like March 26th or something like that. However, this version of it, which we just got, really in the last couple of days or so, does actually have the introduction of it, in the entire first chapter, as well as one act from chapter 4 and chapter 6 as well. So it's got some content, but essentially my plan is to go ahead and provide a walkthrough of the game. Like, obviously that's what I do for my channel, but I'm going to be doing these things, this thing a little bit differently than how I normally do it, because obviously I don't have the full game here. We gotta wait until March, all of us. So what I'm going to do is play chapter 1 of this version, and then when the game gets released and I get it and a bunch of y'all get it, I'm sure you're going to then want to, see me play chapter 2 and beyond to continue the walkthrough, so I will continue from there. So for this series, I'm not going to be showing that one act of 4 and 6 quite yet. I could do like a bonus video for that if you are interested in me showing that, but for now, let's just go ahead and actually let's do settings first to see what we can do. So there's controls, rumble. Now rumble, typically I like to go ahead and turn that off in most games. That's just my preference. There's camera and audio, which I don't think I need to do anything here. Let me just make sure. Super interesting. Usually I like faster cameras in 3D platformers or just games in general, but we'll see. Because it's also, different for every game out there. Alright, let's just go ahead and do a new game. Let's get started. So we can choose here from two different characters. We have Emma Cole and Leo Craig. Let's see. I think I'm going to go with the one that resembles me the most personally would be the bottom left corner in terms of how I look. With skin color, hair color, and yeah, and all that basically. I could pick a girl, but not this time. It's fine. We're just gonna go with Leo Craig over here. Let's do that. And yeah, I'm excited for this. Hopefully you all are excited as well. Let's begin.
Yahoo! Ushuetium. Emo Kuryu! Yay? Autonezu? Uryu Otosuo? パソディニーエミツウオサシ
Well, that is one way to start a game, that's for sure. Yeah, so that scene has already been seen. You know, if you have been watching the, you know, the trailers and all that stuff, then you were pretty familiar with that. And when I first saw that months ago, long time ago, it was, I don't even know, because it's very, obviously it's very good, but it's also like, what the hell is this? You know, and that's not anything bad at all. I'm not saying that in a bad way. It's just, it's interesting. So anyway, we get here to the gameplay. So there are 12 different chapters, if I'm not mistaken, in this game. And each chapter is divided into Act 1, Act 2, followed by a boss battle. So there's 3 different components to each chapter. Here's Chapter 1. And then once you complete that, obviously Chapter 2, 3, 4, and they will all keep lining up like that in a circle until you get all the way to 12. And this here is, you can think of it like the hub, the main world, or the main area, you know, kind of like Princess Peach's castle in Super Mario 64, or Gruntilda's lair in Banjo-Kazooie, although it's much simpler here, much more simplistic. But anyway, let's go ahead and get started with this by going here into Chapter 1, and we get to choose if we want to go ahead and, you know, go to Act 1 or Act 2. I'm going to enter Act 1, because that is the very first part of the game, so let's do this. But I will say, it obviously is a very beautiful game. It's very gorgeous in its graphics and capabilities of, you know, like the colors and everything. I don't know, it's just, it's very odd in a very great way, of course. And that's something that a lot of people have been appreciating a lot when they have been seeing the trailers and now the demo. And a lot of people are very excited for when the game comes in a little bit less than 2 months, actually. Chapter 1, Act 1, The Man Who Rages Against the Storm. Alright. Okay, well, here we go. So, we get taken into the very first one, and look at that, there's like giant corn. I mean, it's farm themed, you know, so let's do this. So, it's a platformer, like I was saying. One of the very interesting things already, if you press B, you jump. If you press Y, you jump. If you press X, you jump. If you press A, you jump. You get the point. Literally almost every single damn button jumps, including ZL and ZR. I'm playing on the Switch, just to clarify. But if you're playing on a different console, pretty similar, of course. Of, you know, similar buttons are going to do the same thing. Where almost every single damn button is jumping. Now, pressing on the sticks, which you can hear right now, that doesn't do anything. But it's really just right stick turning camera, left stick moving. L and R actually do something, but we'll get into that in just a little bit. And then even ZR and ZL jump. Like, it's crazy. Now minus and plus don't do anything. Don't do that. Plus actually brings up this menu right here, which is the pause menu, and we get to see a bunch of different things on the right hand side, collectibles and goodies, and I'll be talking about that as we go. There's also balanced statues. There are actually 7 of these per act, and I'll again talk about that later. But yeah, so it's pretty cool. So I'm going to go into resume playing. And these are some weird wolf-like creatures, huh? Okay. Just going to grab all this first, sure. And there's a key right here. And the keys are used against with these diamond crystal things, or whatever you want to call them. Alright, we get Tornado Wolf. So this is the main gimmick of this game here. Press B to perform a spin jump that can damage enemies and brittle blocks. The spin jump also, I did not read that whole damn thing. Oh my god. Well, anyway. Now we get to jump. Now it says B, but literally the jump button, which is almost any damn button, will do that. So the main gimmick of this game is, no, it's not that you're just a freaking, you know, tornado wolf or whatever. It's not that. It's the fact that there are so many abilities in this game. So many. I believe the game was saying that it's like over 80. I think, if I, you know, have that correct. Even if I'm incorrect, it's somewhere around there. It might be a little less than 80 or whatever, but this is 1 out of 80-ish, apparently, which is ridiculous. There's just so much, like, really so much. Okay, I just got, an egg. Okay, here's a web. But I got stuck. So that's already a hint that, oh, a certain ability that's going to make us into like a spider-like creature is going to let us navigate that and lead us up there wherever that's going to take us, which is very interesting. However, with our wolf, we can continue to do a bunch of stuff here, like pressing that. Okay, so that reveals a pathway over there. We will go there in just a little bit, but right now we're claiming these things. These are just our main collectibles. We want to grab as many as possible, and you'll see why. Here we get another key. Yeah, the keys, from my understanding, they end up respawning a lot because you'll be using them to unlock different costumes. I believe the game calls them costumes, but just think of it like as different abilities, I guess, in a way. Because, well, let me get back to that in just a little bit. Here I got a statue. Chapter 1, Act 1, 1 out of 8. It says 1 2, 3, 4, 5, 6... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, it says 7, but okay. The more statues you gather, the more worlds you can visit. I promise to reappear when I see fit. Alright, well, we got one of those. Cool. I don't believe there's anything else over here. If we try to go this way... Actually, there is something over here. Maybe. Okay, there's a mirror up there. Aha, there are some stuff here. Okay, I'm glad I came over here. Not that there is that much, really. I mean, I can jump up there. There's stuff up there, which I believe that's going to be from the spider web when we can get back here. The game does have a lot of replayability because you have to eventually be coming back later in the game when you have different costumes, because then you can use those costumes back in this world and this act. You know, when... Oh yeah, also, I know there's a lot to talk about. I think you all saw this. Watch this. Look forward. You see how it looks curved? And it like straightens out and comes back. That's crazy. It's essentially like you're literally like on the world, on a planet that's like circular, you know. It gives you some Super Mario Galaxy vibes in a way. Although it looks a lot more present here. That like it looks like almost like it's moving the whole world, you know. Anyway, this here is another mechanic of mirrors. You just simply enter them, and it actually takes you over to the other side. One mirror will take you from there to the other. Another pretty interesting mechanic. Going back to the abilities, like I was saying, or costumes as the game calls them, just know that, like, I guess one of the easier ways to think of it is like if you played Kirby games, how there's all these different power-ups and stuff, and you know, while you have this power-up thing, or this costume, you have a certain ability. Think of it like that, except there's a lot more. Okay, so there's some creatures, our first enemies of the game. What the Okay, that was really weird. I don't know what that was all about, but... Anyway, these things are pretty easy. Just jump on them. Kind of like Goombas, you know? And that's it. Simple enough. Now we're just going to collect all this here. Whoops, I missed one. But yeah, so far, you know, I think that's all that there is to explain as of now. It's very... I don't know, it's very fun for sure, but it does move a little bit slower than your typical platformer. If you're a fan of platforming games, that's the very first thing you would notice, that hey, it actually moves a little slower, you know. I don't know, it's hard to explain that unless you've actually played it, but okay, here we got another ability, or costume. This is Jumping Jack. It says... Hold B to perform an extra long jump and to get to areas. Okay, cool. So that's good to know. I will show that in just a little bit. I want to check down there first. Okay. So we're going to go over here. We're going to do this. Hold B. And we're going to make it, as you can see. Ooh, look at that. That was very weird, that farmer there. Okay, then there's a switch over here. We're going to press that. And that opens up. Alright, and now on the other side, that hat thing is actually a mini-game. I believe every single act has one of these little mini-games. You did well to find me, little one. Now I shall let you have a bit of fun. Harness my powers well enough, and I will give you some great stuff. Alright, it's a little mini-game that can actually net you a little, one of the Balan trophies. So let's see if we can actually do it. It'll give us some directions here. Alright, tap B when the shadow lines up with Balan. Okay. Sounds good. That's an excellent. Okay, they got an excellent. If you get 4 excellence, you get the trophy, but it's not exactly easy to get it perfect. I don't know. Okay, that was an excellent. You gotta mash B repeatedly as soon as they come. Alright, let's see, let's see. That was an excellent, okay. That was just a tapping B once. And another excellent. There we go. You gotta make sure to match it up. You gotta match it up as most as possible. There we go. 4 excellent, 0 greats, 0 goods, and 0 oops. And I get a statue. Or I said trophy, my bad, I meant statue. I don't know why I said trophy. I mean, they're kind of the same thing, right? In this context. Okay, so we got another one. It's pretty nice, pretty nice. Okay, cool. Alright, so this section over here, if you actually enter that thing, it's going to be the end of the act. So I don't want to do that. There's more exploring to do. You could end it now and come back and get the rest of the statues later. But I kind of want to show off a little bit, you know, just so you can kind of see what exactly, you know, this game entails. So there's a couple ways to go, I believe. There's a section on over here. If you just sneak through here, it's going to let us go. Then we can take this moving platform. This will take us up here. Okay, that's pretty cool, I suppose. Let's see if we can actually make it. We did not make it. I thought we would be able to make that. I'll give it another shot, but what the hell? Okay, we're gonna go into this mirror. This mirror's... oh, look at that. Another statue. Very nice. Okay, so... we definitely can't go up there. This just took us to the other side over here, as you can see. Basically in the same spot, see? But now we're over here, but I could have sworn I could have made that jump. Not that there's really anything important there, it doesn't really look like it, but... I can try it again. I can make it, okay. I don't know what I did last time, but... oh my god. I think I was probably jumping at an angle, a little diagonal or something. Okay, so that's the other side of that, as you can see. Okay. I believe I can also break this, so now I'm going to introduce the whole switching. If you press L or R, you can switch to a different costume that you've already gotten. So I obviously have already gotten this thing. I can break it, even though there was nothing there, but whatever. You can switch, you can have up to 3 at the same time, but there are like little pads, or whatever you want to call them, on levels, where it actually lets you switch. Oh shit, what am I doing? So it lets you switch over to, like, to select 3 different ones that you want. And I don't know if there are actually any in this level, but I know in future levels there are. So let's see. Okay, another spiderweb thing here. So if we try to, I'll just show it again just to kind of, you know, give you the point on that. Yeah, see? Alright. There is this side. Okay, and here's another one. It's another statue, nice. I don't think there's that much else we can do over here, though. I mean, there. Oh shit, no, that's fine. I don't think over here there's anything else. It seems like we've gotten everything that we possibly can for now. Oh, we didn't go over this way. But that's if I can even. Yeah, I guess I can. That's another key right there. Guess we'll just grab this. I need to switch into wolf so I can break that, and look at that, there was another one. Okay. Alright, so that's the 5th one. Okay, now I believe that's going to be it, actually. So I'm missing 2, but you see those spiderweb areas that we can't go to? Like, those are going to lead to different things later on, which we don't have access to quite yet. I don't think I can break these with that. No, I can't. Okay. So, I mean, that's fine. Well, that's just going to lead to some additional gems and stuff, but then there was like a little flying section at the beginning that you saw some distant platforms. We can't do that either. So, I believe that is actually it in terms of what we can do for now. And it's fine. Even if you don't get everything the first try, just come back later. It's perfectly fine to do that with some different costumes and stuff. So, that's pretty neat. Alright, and here we'll see one of these, it's like a piece of a heart, you know? I'm not talking about like Zelda piece of heart, that's different, but there we go. And there's our results for what we got in Chapter 1, Act 1. Pretty nice. Alright, so upon completing any act, you will get taken over to, once you pass this white loading screen, back to the hub, as I call it. So we just simply go back into this thing again. We will once again get a chance. Now you can see the thumbs up there on the 1, meaning you have cleared it already. So that's cool. But we're gonna go into Act 2. The thing at the bottom left where it said like unlock the base, that I believe is only part of the main game. I don't think I can. That's actually possible right now to do that. But yep. But yeah, these white loading screens are a little lengthy, but I guess it makes sense, you know, because there are no additional loading screens in the entire act, so it has to load everything. The Man Who Rages Against the Storm. So this is Chapter 1, Act 2. But yes, these are the pads I'm talking about. If you actually go up to these pads, and you stay there, it'll bring this up, where you can actually go in there and actually change. It doesn't make sense right now because we have currently all the costumes we have in the game so far, which is a whopping 2, are available to us by just shifting L and R. But eventually we're going to get more. Actually, in this act, we're going to. Whoa, did you see that? Okay, what is this? Here's the 3rd one. This one is Alasta Plant. Okay, Alasta Plant has a pretty interesting ability. Hold B to stretch to wear his body for a while to collect floating drops and Balan statues. Okay. So if you just do this... Well, actually, this is a jumping thing. What am I talking about? Or hitting, I should say, if you're using this costume. But it makes you stretch. Those are like blocks like... I guess you can think of Super Mario, you know, when it comes to that stuff. But the actual ability of this is, once again, to stretch. Yeah, it's pretty cool. So like this, for example, if they're up there, technically you could get those by just jumping with the regular one, but it's much more convenient, you know, to do that. Now, you will jump after the stretch, so this one works a little bit differently. It alters the jumping mechanic a bit. You can still just press B, you'll stretch a bit and then jump, or you can hold it, and then when you let go, you'll jump right after, during the let go, if that makes sense. Okay, so... Oh shoot! My bad. Okay, so if you take... and actually, it's nice that I show that. If you take a hit with your costume, you will lose that costume. So technically, it's like you have only 1 hit point for it. So you have to go back and get it again. That's essentially your life or your hit point in this game. So you want to avoid taking damage, obviously, because you don't want that to happen. Okay, so... But again, it's cool that I show that off just so you are aware that that is how that works. Okay, so... This here... There's another one over there. However, I think I missed the entire right side of stuff. I'm pretty sure. Let me actually check that to see if I missed anything or not. I don't remember. Like, there's obviously a lot of stuff to that direction, but let me check this way. No, right? I'm just making sure. Okay, no, because I didn't check the extreme corner. I wanted to make sure on that. So I could either go straight that way, or I can go that way, or I can check out this side. I'm gonna just check out this side for now. There is another costume right there. Okay. Alright, that's pretty cool. So it's right there, but before I get that, because I want to make sure I try to make the best use of all the costumes I have for now, or else I'm gonna have to go to a freaking pad and literally switch things out. So here's a switch. Oh, that thing's gonna chase us. Okay, well that one just lands right there, but eventually they end up chasing us, and we have to actually guide the ball to the circle on the ground. Okay, so